welcome to yet another edition of Felixstowe Matters. Now today we've got something rather special for you, because we all love Christmas cards, and of course lately people have gone off Christmas cards. Why? Because of the high postage. And I mean, it's a dreadful thing when you think about it. 60p to send a card, or 50p if you send it second class. But of course the Scouts in Felixstowe have come up with a brilliant idea. And my guest today, it's great to have you with us.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello to you. Now, you're the mum of one of the Scouts, aren't you?
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Now, tell us about this Scouts idea, because I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Well, it's really in the 4th year now that we're doing this, and
Yes.
it's been growing steadily every year.
Yes.
A lot of people will have noticed our boxes around in the previous years. It's basically, we have boxes all over town,
Yes.
and in the shops. And you can post your card with 20p, just, chuck the 20p in with your card.
Oh, you put the 20p in with the card?
Yeah, you just let it fall in.
I see.
And
But
then,
how do you know that there's enough 20p's for the card?
Well, I mean, from experience, people are very honest on this, and some of actually are very generous as well.
Oh, I see. They put extra money in.
A lot of them do,
Yes.
or some of them do. They round it up, like you've got 4 cards and £1 or something.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So on the whole, I have to say people are very, very honest. Bless them. And if the odd person forgets to put the 20p in, then
Well, this is a gesture of the Scouts.
Yes. So and then we empty them all out and deliver them across the whole of Felixstowe, Trimley, Curtin.
But this doesn't apply to anywhere else, of course. It's only for Christmas cards in Felixstowe. How far afield do you go?
Up to Curtin is the furthest we do.
I see. Yes.
And yes, it's only Christmas cards.
It's only Christmas cards,
Yes.
and it's only for this area, for
Only
Felixstowe.
local, yes.
There's no use somebody putting in a Christmas card for someone in London.
Oh, we've had that. I mean, the furthest we had was Australia.
And what did you do?
Well, we put a stamp on it.
Oh dear, well, don't say that.
So please don't do that.
No.
But we can only assume he had it in his hand and just,
Yes.
threw it in with the rest. But yes, so please don't do that, because
Yes.
we can't afford to put
Well,
stamps
of course
on everything.
You can't, absolutely.
But yeah, so basically, and then we sort it all,
Yes.
stamp it with our special stamp,
Yes.
sort it, and then the Scouts, Beavers, leaders and parents deliver it.
And what do the post office think about this competition?
I don't know. You would have to ask them. Well, it's actually a national scheme that the Scouts have negotiated with the Royal Mail.
Yes.
So we are allowed to do it. It's all
Yes.
above board, and it's really just to raise funds for this cause.
I see. Can I ask how many? This is the 4th year. How many cards did you do last year? Do you know?
Last year we were just shy of 5,000 cards.
5,000 cards. So that's very good,
yes,
isn't it?
which was brilliant, and it raised almost £1,000, which is a
good.
super amount.
Super.
And this year we're hoping for even bigger and better.
Yeah. But tell me, if somebody goes in tomorrow and puts the card in, when will that card be delivered?
We pull in the boxes on the 15th of December.
You put the boxes out on the 15th?
No, we pull them back in. They're out now. They're out now. They went out this weekend.
Yes.
And we pull them all in and we sort that weekend.
Yes.
And then they go out from there to Christmas.
I
All
see.
cards will be delivered for Christmas.
I see, yes. So, but basically, they've only got between now and the 15th of December to put their Christmas cards in these boxes at 20p.
That's right, yes.
It's a brilliant concept. Whose idea was it?
I don't actually know. I mean, it's some club or groups have done it for several years.
Yes.
I think the Ipswich groups are now in, certainly past the 10th year.
Are they? Yes.
And they cover all of Ipswich and they all work together.
Yes.
So we're quite a new one of that.
Yes.
But it has been going for a long time with the Scouts movement.
Yes.
And it's just a great thing. It's good for the community because obviously they realise Scouts are there. It's cheaper.
Yes.
And
well, 20p against 60p or 50p.
that's
it's
a lot of money.
isn't it?
And so and it also gives the Scouts something
Positive to do.
positive to do and to raise money for a well-needed new hat.
Do businesses use it at all?
Some do, and if you do have a business and you have like a lot of cards
Yes.
that you want, we can then collect them from you.
Oh, I see.
And being a
they
charity,
don't-
we can even issue a receipt if
Oh,
needed.
can you? Oh, that's very good. So you don't have to, if you're a business and you want to do it, you can just get in touch with you.
Yeah, get in touch with me. My number is on all the posters, and then we can, arrange for it to be collected if you have a large amount.
Yes, so well,
you
that's
know.
brilliant, isn't it? And tell me something. Are they actually delivered by the Scouts in uniform?
No, not necessarily. I mean, it could be. They're supposed to at least wear the scarf when they deliver.
Yes.
Obviously, all the Scouts and Cubs and Beavers have to be accompanied by a parent or
I see,
leader.
yes.
We can't set out a 6-year-old and just
No,
say
no,
deliver
right,
cards
yes,
to people.
yes.
So they will be accompanied by an adult who
Yes.
is not necessarily in uniform. Like
Yes.
myself,
Oh, I see,
I'm not
yes.
a uniform.
Yes.
But they should be wearing their scarf.
They should be,
But I
so-
can't promise
Yeah.
they always.
But if there's nobody in, do they just put them in the letterbox
Yeah.
like the postman?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I
they
see,
they
yeah.
won't ring the bell. They won't
They
disturb
don't disturb
anybody.
them,
They will
just
just
put them
post
in.
it to the letterbox.
It's a wonderful service, and
And-
I hope it's going to be a great success.
I
in
hope
Felix
so.
Day.
And also, the people who receive the card,
Yes.
because it has our special stamp
Oh, I
on,
see.
they will know that the sender has used the service
Yes.
and has done good
Yes.
with it.
Well, I think it's a marvellous scheme. And of course, here I'm looking at the thing, and it says post your cards and money at Co-op, Solar, Morrison's, Felixstowe Library, Crafty Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Crafty Coffee?
Crafty Coffee is what used to be Bonnet's.
Oh, I see.
down-
That's Bonno's now. What,
it's
what's
now called
Bonno's?
Crafty
Is
Coffees.
it? Oh, well, that's
And you-
something which we've
Yeah.
learned. Yeah. OMG, what is OMG?
OMG is that sort of it's sort of a bit of everything now. It used to be just a clothes shop,
Oh,
sort
yes.
of like surfing, skiing.
Oh, yes.
hip
Oh,
clothes.
that's...
And now upstairs is the Kitsch Cafe, and now OMG is now doing the dry cleaning, Johnson's.
Oh, really? Yes.
And
It's Johnson's closed, isn't it?
Yes, and
that's
it's now
right.
an OMG.
Oh, I see.
So you can put your dry
that's
cleaning
what-
there.
And Conker's Garden and Pet Shop. Where's Conker's Garden and Pet Shop?
Oh, that's halfway up Hamilton Road.
Yes.
It's where the bus stop is.
Oh, yes, yes.
Just there, and it's a great little. It's not actually that little shop for anything
Oh,
you
I
need for a
remember.
pet.
It's near Tesco's there. Is that
A
right?
little further up,
little
yes.
further up around from
Yeah, and it's
Tesco's,
all
yeah.
about your garden and your pet,
Yes,
really.
yes.
And
I'm
it's
a
a
newcomer to Felix, so this,
Oh,
is why,
are you?
this is why I'm so ignorant.
Oh, right.
The Gosling's Farm Shop. Where's
That's
that?
the one in Trimley St Martin, this side of the A14, and Roseley is again Trimley St Martin, but the other side, sort of towards
Roseley
Curtin.
Nursery Farm Shop. Is that an
Yeah.
actual farm shop there? I didn't
Yeah,
realise.
both of them are. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't realise
Yeah,
they
they're
had a farm
proper.
shop in
Oh,
Felix
yes,
there.
too.
Oh, I'm just going to have a look at those.
Oh, yes, they're great.
And then Irena's Patisserie.
Yeah, that's the patisserie up in Old Felixstowe.
Oh,
Near
yes.
the spa.
Oh,
spa
really?
shop.
Up there? Oh, I see. Yes. Oh, that's interesting. The Tourist Information Centre. Now that's easy to find.
Yeah,
by
down at the
pier,
seafront.
The seafront. Yes. The bread basket. Oh, that's lovely. They make that beautiful new bread. I've seen that.
Yeah, that's the one in Walton.
Oh, that's the one in the bread basket. The one
That's
in Walton.
the one in Walton.
Oh, I see.
But still, it's very nice.
And the Purple Prince.
The Purple Prince is a craft shop down at the Beach Station Road, again near the seafront. But who's not on there is the Card Centre down
The
in
Card
the
Centre.
little independent card shop down on the bottom end of Hamilton
Oh,
Road.
down by the post office, around the corner on the seafront. That
Yes,
one there. Oh,
yeah.
that's interesting. What was the name of that one?
It's the Card Centre.
The Card Centre.
Yes.
Well, now you do at least know where you can go and put your Christmas card. Local Christmas cards with 20p, much better value, and they'll be delivered by a scout.
Yes.
Now, tell me something about the scout movement in Felixstowe, because I go back a long way when we had cubs and scouts and brownies and
we
guides.
We still do.
I thought they were all in as one now.
No, the difference now is that the scouts do also take girls.
They do.
Yes.
Yes. And what are they called?
Still scouts.
Scouts.
Scouts, they're
I see.
scouts or cubs or beavers.
I see.
But I mean, the small ones, we have still the guides, which is just girls.
they still got girl
Yes.
guides,
Oh yes, absolutely.
but they don't have Boy Scouts.
Yes, well, the scouts have to take and do take girls, so
But
we're a
the
mixed
but
group
the
now.
guides don't
but
have
the
to
guides
take that.
only-
That's
Well, I
sexism,
think-
isn't it?
Well, apparently, I think they would have to take a boy if they really wanted, but I think the activities there won't be that many boys who would want to be a guide.
Oh, I see.
But the scouts, it's more all round. So
Yes.
it's we do have girls, and they have a great time, really.
Yes.
So if you're between sort of 10 and 14 and want to be a scout, get in touch.
Yes. Now, where is the Scout Hut? Is it still
Well,
called Scout Hut? Is it?
Absolutely. Well,
Yes.
we've got several groups in Felixstowe,
Yes.
but I'm here for the seventh Felixstowe,
Seventh Felixstowe.
which is the one doing the post.
And where is
We
that
are in
based?
Cemetery Lane, which is a little path really, going from Mill Lane up to Maidstone Road, or
Yes.
Range Road, I think it is where it comes out.
Yeah.
And which is lovely because we have our own little plot of land there.
Yes.
Well, it's not ours, the council's, and we have our hut on there, but it allows the children to have like bonfires
Oh,
and
isn't that
run
good?
around,
Yes,
and
yes.
it's our plot, so we
Yes.
can do what we want to do.
Yes.
But the hut has been built by parents over
Has
50
it?
years ago,
Is it
and
really?
it's a lot of TLC now.
Is it? I
So it
see.
has no insulation, and
Oh, dear.
it just needs to be
So
refurbished
we need
throughout.
somebody to. Have you applied to the co-op? Because the co-op are wonderful about these things.
We have applied for several things. Our problem is that we don't get a long-term lease from the council,
Yes.
so
You can't get along.
no, we can't.
But you've been there 50 years.
Yes.
How strange.
Well, it's because we're next to the cemetery, and they can't guarantee that they won't need the land
Oh, I
in
see
the
what
future.
you mean. Yes.
Town is growing.
Yes.
So-
so what age do they have the cubs? Cubs are
Well, really, you start as a beaver, which you can start at about 5 years.
so beavers
5,
now. They
6, 7.
start.
Well, it's when you start primary school, you can
Yes.
start beavers roughly,
Yes.
and then you go on to cubs with
What age do cubs start?
the cubs. I believe it's 8
8. I see. Yes.
to about 10 and a half.
So 5 to 8, it's beavers, and
Yes.
that's both boys and girls.
Yep.
Yes, and then it's cubs,
Cubs from about 8 to 10 and a half.
and that's boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
And what about brownies?
I'm not too sure about. I've never been involved with the girls'
Oh, I
side. I'm
see,
afraid
yeah.
I only have a
I'm just
son.
interested to know whether the brownies have boys.
Not as far. I've never seen
You've never
a
seen
boy
a boy
brownie.
So here we've got sexism again. That's not
But then
good.
there wouldn't be too many boys who would want to go.
Yeah,
But
you'd think they'd merge them, or perhaps is it?
no, I don't think they would, simply because the activities they do are very different.
I see.
The scouts are all about outdoor and they do knife and axe training
Yes.
and things like that. While, the brownies and girl guides do a lot more craft. I mean, not that we don't do craft, but
Yes.
the guides and stuff do a lot more like that,
Yes.
and they do a lot more. Without wanting to sound sexist, girly things,
what do you call girly things?
it's
just
a lot of
interested.
crafty and
The boys
it's-
like crafty things.
Yeah, it's just what you do. I mean, the boys are not terribly keen on, say, embroidering or
Oh, I see.
something.
Well, see,
the
they go
boys would
into
do something a bit
embroidering,
more
they
wood carving,
Oh,
or
I see what you mean.
you
yes,
know.
yeah.
So it's just different types of
I see,
activities.
yes, yes.
Some are more geared up for girls, and
Yes.
some are more used to be boys, but some girls love it.
Yes.
Some girls don't at all. So,
Yes.
which is why they're both
And
still
then
there.
the top age for the scouts is what?
For the scouts, it's it's just shy of 15, really.
15,
14
yes.
and a half.
Yes.
And then they can go on to Explorer, which at the moment we
Explorer. Now,
don't
what
have
was
in
Explo-
Felixstowe.
It used to be called Explorer. They had some. Now, what was it? It's gone from my poor old
I
brain.
don't know what it was
Yes,
before.
they went on from scouts on to something else, but it wasn't Explorer in my day.
Oh, right. I don't know what
This
it
is
was.
old age. I'm sure a lot of people out there will be saying, yes, so and so.
Probably they could call in and tell us.
Yeah.
No, I mean now it's Explorer, which at the moment we're hoping to create a
Are you?
to
Yes,
get
yes.
one.
And
But
is that boys and girls?
Yes, absolutely.
And the guides used to go on to something else as well, which was a feminine equivalent to the other one, which I've forgotten.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called,
I
actually.
see.
As I said,
I'm
I only
so
got a
old,
son. I
it's
don't
no
do...
trouble. Yeah. But,
So...
but tell me, you, how much involvement have you personally got with it? Do you help to run it, or are you leader, or what do you have?
Well, when my son started Beavers, he was in a different group to start off with, and I was the membership secretary there.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Which
How
is
long
where,
ago was that?
well, he's 14 now, so it would be, almost 10 years
so
then.
Doing this, you're well and truly
It's a long
involved
time.
with it, yes.
But then he changed groups and came here to the 7th, well, I've just sort of, I'm helping, you know, I'm not a leader,
No.
I can't commit to this every week.
Yes.
But, you know, I'm doing this is my second year being in charge of the Christmas post, if
so
you
this
like.
This is your baby completely.
It is my baby
Oh,
this
that's
year again,
brilliant.
yes.
Yes.
And we've actually, because it used to be when we first started it, you know, we had banana boxes stuck together and wrapped up.
Yes.
But this
when
year...
you say banana boxes...
Well, you know, the big boxes
big
that
boxes.
bananas
I
are
know
delivered
what you mean.
in.
Yes.
Just because we weren't sure,
Oh,
you know.
I see.
But this year we thought, no, you know, they'll all look a bit tired now, and
Yes.
tatty after 3 years of it.
Yes.
So we've actually built wooden boxes,
Have you?
and we actually did it with the children.
Gosh.
And Underwood's hardware shop have been very good to us and helped us with all the cutting the woods.
Which hardware shop?
Underwood's in
Underwood's,
Hamilton Road.
brilliant.
They've
That's a
been
lovely
absolutely
firm.
brilliant.
Yes, they're absolutely wonderful, Underwood's.
So thank you very much to them.
Yes.
But then the children, they you know, stuck it all together and
Brilliant.
screwed it all together and
Yes.
painted it all, and
Gosh.
so got their DIY badges in the, you know, while we're
Yes.
at it.
Yeah.
But they've been absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
And so now we have the new look boxes.
Oh, I see.
All
I was
nice and
I
red.
was going to look for one of those.
Yeah, and so but that's what we've done, and hopefully people will do it.
Yes.
But I mean, the Scouts still are doing a lot of things also, you know, they do the St. George's Parade, obviously, which at the Remembrance Day,
Oh,
if you went to the,
Yeah, oh, yes.
they're all there.
Yes, no, they put on a good show.
They do,
Absolutely,
and
yes.
they, at the car rally, they always have a cake stall.
Do they?
Which
Yes.
always goes very well, and
Yes,
I always help there as well if I can, you know.
Yes, there's stores up in Hamilton Road this weekend. Are you having something there?
No, we're not involved with that because, we were with the Christmas Post. We're busy with that, really,
Yes.
and it just...
Well,
yeah.
there's going to be a seaweed stall. So if you want to have a box and have it on the seaweed stall,
there you go.
There you go. You can have.
Yeah, I've heard about the seaweed stall. I might have to go and check that out.
Oh, you have to check it out.
That's
It's
different.
Felixstowe seaweed, and it's made by local people. It's picked by local people,
Yeah.
and apparently it does amazing things for you. Seaweed.
I've heard that it's very healthy. But yeah, I might give it a go.
Oh,
but
you have to give it a go, definitely. But if you do want to have a box, if you've got a spare box, but if they've been made...
that might be an idea,
if
actually,
they've been made specially, you won't have one, I should think. You'll use them all up.
No, yeah, we've made as many as we had,
Yes,
but
yes.
certainly yes.
But anyway, there's the offer there, because I'm involved
you.
with the seaweed.
Oh, are you?
yes,
Okay.
oh, yes, it's
Thank
another
you.
community venture. So
Absolutely,
but
yes.
That's very good. But coming back to the Scouts, you mentioned the do-it-yourself badge. In my day, that was the aim of every Scout's dream, was to have his arm full of badges.
Still is.
It still is.
Oh,
that's
still
good.
is,
Tell me
yes.
something about the badges that are available today.
Well, there's all sorts of badges now. They have the faith badge where they have to, show that they can look into whichever faith they
Oh, I see.
choose.
So, irrespective of their religion.
Oh,
they-
absolutely.
Yes.
And, they have to show that they, have looked into it and they've they went to service or, you know,
Yes.
they sort of studied it a little bit. You've got the swimming badge where you have
yes.
to fulfill certain...
How far do they have to swim to get their swimming badge?
I think the first one, they have to only do like 50 meters, but they also have to participate in an event.
Oh, I see.
And there is a big Scout swimming gala once
I
a year
see.
in
Oh, is
Ipswich,
there? Oh, I
which is
see.
brilliant fun to watch as well,
Yes.
because, some of them, bless them, they can hardly swim. But there they are fighting
Right,
on, and they
yes.
get big applause when they make it to the
Must
other
be,
side.
yes,
The life is, I think it's every lifeguard's nightmare, that swimming gala.
yes,
But no, it's brilliant fun, and it's all the spirit that's there. You
yes.
know, there's
And what other badges are there?
there is oh gosh, there are all sorts. There is the nights away, so when they go on camp,
Nights away. Oh, so go camping.
you know,
so I
to
see.
be, you know, this many nights away
Oh, I
from
see,
home,
gosh.
and there's the DIY. There is the what is the other one? Oh, there's a a craft one, of course,
Yes.
and there is a one that you for like knives and axes and stuff.
Yes,
So when
yes.
you have your diploma, you get
Gosh,
one of
that's
those.
very good.
There's all sorts of things that you know. I'm always amazed. My son comes home with one, and I go, "What's that?"
So he's got an absolute armful.
He's got quite a few now. I mean, he's almost at the end. He's
I
almost
see.
ready to go on to Explorer
And what
now.
is the Scouts' uniform now? Because I remember the Scouts with shorts and a sort of like a jersey type of thing. Is it the same? And of course the scarf.
Yeah,
all
but they
the
still
time.
have their scarves, and they're still different for every group.
Yes.
And the Scouts, well, the Beavers have a little, sort of like a sweatshirt
Oh, I see,
jumper
yes.
in a sort of bright blue.
Yes.
And then the Cubs have again a sweatshirt, but in the Scout green,
Yes.
which is like a British racing green sort of
Yes.
colour. And then the Scouts themselves, they actually have shirts.
And do
in
they
the
have
green.
trousers or shorts now?
Trousers.
Just trousers. They
Well,
don't-
in summer, I guess they could have shorts, but
do any
generally
of them
speaking,
have shorts? You don't see boys in shorts nowadays.
no,
Yes,
they
it
don't.
used to be a
generally
big occasion. The boys used to all be in shorts.
Yeah,
and then at
no.
a certain age, they went into long trousers, and
Yes,
it was
they
a
tend
big
to
step
have long-
upwards towards manhood. But now they
Yeah.
have them in trousers from the age of two
yes.
upwards.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
tend to be in trousers now.
Yes.
But
Sensible in this cold climate.
definitely.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I personally think it's a great thing for children to
Yes.
join. They do so many exciting things that in this day and age, you know, they can't really do a lot.
Well, that's
otherwise,
right.
you know, they get to just go out and get dirty, you know,
Yes. Yes.
which is.
And
you
they
know.
used to have them in groups, and they used to call them, I can't remember what they used to call them, each group.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad somebody else's memory is as shot as mine.
Oh, my son's going to be embarrassed. He's even a leader of one of them.
Is he? Oh, dear.
But yes, they
They
still
have-
do
they still-
patrols. Now I've
Patrols,
got it.
that's the word.
Yes, they still have patrols within
Yeah,
the group,
yes.
and then they have a leader and a deputy leader.
That's right.
And,
yeah. And your
which is-
son's one of the patrol leaders.
he is now, yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
And which is great because it teaches them to take
absolutely,
responsibility and
yes.
to teamwork, and
Yes.
I think it teaches them in a playful way
Yes,
so many
yes.
important
And
lessons.
we used to have these staffs, or I don't know what they were called, sticks.
No, they don't.
They don't have, they're probably offensive weapons.
Probably there's probably a health and safety regulation against those,
Yes.
but they still, they do stand to attention.
Yes.
To a certain extent, they do still the flag, and
Marvellous, isn't it?
they still learn to respect certain things,
Yes,
and
yes.
I think it's a great
Yes,
thing.
Yes. And so, how many sons have you got?
Just the one.
Just the
It's
one.
Plenty
so
for me, thank
it
you.
is, I'm sure. Yes. And he's put games up through the Beavers and the Cubs. And
He's done the whole
he's
journey.
done the whole journey.
And he's not finished with it yet, so he
Yes.
will go on to Explorers and
well,
God knows
it's-
where
it's
else.
a credit to you. It's a great joy. Is there any association with the schools? I mean, do the schools tie up with them at all?
No, they don't, unfortunately. Maybe it's something that the Academy will look in the future, but at the moment, no, there isn't.
No.
But there's plenty of groups in the town. There's ours, obviously,
Well, now, yours is based where?
in Cemetery Lane.
Cemetery Lane.
And then I know of another one which is based in Old Felixstowe Community Centre.
Old Felixstowe Community
Yeah,
Centre, yes.
and then there's another one in Trimley and another
Yes.
one in Curtin
Oh, so
that I know
they
of. So
don't
there
have to
are
go very. They don't have to go very
No,
far.
wherever you live, there is a group not that far away.
Yes.
Um,
So basically, if anybody wants their youngster to join the Beavers or the Scouts. The best plan is perhaps to go along to the information centre to find the closest one to them.
Absolutely, or just go on the web. There is a scouting website,
Oh,
and
is
you can
there?
put in your postcode, and it will
And it will
spit
come
out
up with the local one.
you know, which ones there are, and
Yes.
and every group is slightly different, and you have to just find, you know, the one that suits your child the
I
best.
see, yes,
You know,
yes.
because obviously the leaders are different, and the
Yes.
activities. Ours are very do a lot of outdoor. They do a lot of camps. It's
Yes.
very much. But we're lucky because we have our own place.
to do it. Yes.
You know, so we're a lot.
But with this, coming back to the boys and girls being
Mm-hmm.
part of the Scouts, because in my day, of course, it was all boys,
Yes.
no girls at all. But now that there's boys and girls, what is the percentage of girls and boys?
Well, I can only speak for our group, and at the moment we have 3 girls.
3 girls. And
and
how many is
it
the
must
whole
be
group?
about 15 boys, I would
15
think.
boys to 3
so
girls.
it's
I
still
see.
less girls than boys.
Yes, yes.
But it's getting more and more.
Yes.
I think that the thing is, once you have, you know, no girl wants to be the only one.
No,
you
that's
know.
right, yes.
So it tends to be that you have to have the first 2 to
Yes.
there, and then
the
you
rest
know,
come along.
some come
It
along.
sounds though it's a good occupation for some girls. They'll enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it needs a certain type of girl for it. Obviously, you know, you have to be quite, you know, outdoorsy,
Oh, you
and,
have to be, yes,
you know,
yes.
you don't mind
And if you're
getting
going to cope, if you're
dirty.
going to cope with 15 boys, I think
Absolutely.
have to buy bossy boots too.
Oh yes, you know, but if that is the sort of thing that
Yeah.
suits you, then it's a brilliant thing to
Yes.
do.
And they still have the same hats with the flat brims.
No, they don't have any hats at
No
all.
hats at all
No
now.
hats.
Oh, I see. I wonder what's happened to the hats.
I don't know actually.
When did the hats go out?
I don't know, but I mean, my son's been there now, 10 years, and there
Never
was
had
never
hats.
hats, so
Oh, dear.
it must be before that.
Shows my age when I remember them all with their flat brims round the hat. We used to have to iron them, I remember, to keep them flat.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, no, nothing like that.
Yes.
I mean, it is a lot more relaxed, but it's still,
Yes.
you know, you do wear your scarf, you do wear your
Yes.
shirts,
Yes.
and I think that's good, you know,
'Cause-
you identify who
Yes,
who
because
you
I
want
go
to.
back to the days when Lord Baden-Powell actually introduced it, and he used to be on.
Oh.
I'm going back sort of. Let me try and think. 70 years, 75 years.
Oh, blimey.
So,
Yeah, no.
no, let me try. Yes, it must be because I'm 86 now.
Wow.
And I was in the Scouts when I was about 7 or 8. So it's nearly 80 years ago.
Gosh, yeah, that is
my
a long
memory is
time.
that was about the date of Lord Baden-Powell.
Yes.
And he used to attend the parades, and I remember going to a parade in Westminster Cathedral, and we used to have all the people all over the country coming up, and it was fascinating, of course. But it's lovely to know that the Scouts are still going strong.
They are.
And it sounds very active in Felixstowe. Felixstowe, a wonderful place. It's forward-thinking, and it looks after the past as well. This is the big joy
It does,
of it.
and I mean, certainly, I mean, I can only speak for our group, you know, we're doing good, and if anybody, we're looking for a leader though for the
Are you?
Beavers, and
Oh,
if
well.
anybody fancies a little
And
challenge.
Do they have to have any qualifications for that?
And they get training if
Oh, they
they
get the
volunteer,
training for it.
and yes, absolutely.
Well, I should think you may have a lot of people coming there. An opportunity for you to be a leader of the Beavers.
Yeah, I mean, it's very rewarding,
is
but it is
rewarding.
quite a big commitment as well. So
Yes,
you know,
yes.
but you could job share if if it's 2 of you.
Well, I'm so grateful to you for coming along today.
Thank you very
Now,
much.
You know all about it now. This is a good way of sending out your Christmas cards, much cheaper and much quicker and much more appealing to the people you're sending them to. Just imagine how nice it is to have a Scout coming up and your Christmas cards all stamped that they're delivered by the Scouts.
Yes.
So thank you very much for coming along. It's been
Thank
lovely
you for
having you with
having
us,
me.
telling us all about it, and do support it. I think it's something well worth supporting, and you save a lot of money too. Thank you for watching. God bless you all, and goodbye.